Let's do it. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Saturday edition of Morning Scone. Indeed, it is Morning Scone. Hope y'all are doing awesome today.
From my cat.
Drew's already ready, ripping and roaring, ready to go to Fresh Market. Indeed, he's ready for that. So we'll probably do that. Dad's going to do Dad's show and then go to Yoga Lottie's and then take Drew to Fresh Market. Indeed. Hi, bud. Hi. Trying to find out what feed it. Well, I'm trying, buddy. The live feed hasn't popped up on the screen yet over here, so I can't see what everybody's saying yet. Hopefully it happens soon so I can see everybody. We can do our hellos and whatnot. Let's see. This is taking a minute, y'all. There we go. Now we're live on here. All right. We'll pop that video up. Don't you go blocking people again. Again, for those who maybe missed the show yesterday, I discovered inadvertently that Drew had blocked about a dozen people. Wait, are you still blocking? When people, yes, but we're not going to block people.
Papa.
Okay.
Papa.
Papa.
Depot.
Papa took you to Home Depot?
Mama Depot.
Mama took you to Home Depot. That's right. Mama comes on Fridays. Who would ever think that kid is as sick as he is? It's crazy. So happy, man. He's doing good. All right, Scott Bork, good morning. Let's do some good mornings. AJ Holland, good morning. Irfan Saad, good morning. Fresh Market indeed. Y'all, I'm going to Yoga Lottie's at 9 o'clock at Yoga Lottie's South. So they're on Highlandia. If y'all are in that part of town, y'all come join me, man. It's an awesome workout. You want to get your Saturday started right, come with me. Craig Dugas, fingers crossed Drew doesn't block me. He's like right now he is swiping on my screen. So I'll go check every day. I'll just make that a habit now. Like every day after the show, I'll go check to see if anybody got blocked. So if for some reason you're unable to see the video at a certain point, please message me or something like that so I'll know. Let's see, I've hit the share button. Hopefully y'all will do the same. Let's talk. Let's see. Andre Lepere from Good Morning from Homa. Who dat? Indeed, fired up. If y'all missed it, man, what a show yesterday on AFR. It's fun sometimes how things unexpectedly come together. Like, I printed out my rundown for the show, and we didn't have any guests. We're just going to be me for the first hour, then Terrio jumped in. And then we have a guy who interns with us named Damari Harding. And Damari was going down to New Orleans for Saints media availability. And I tell people this all the time, man. I tell kids this that want to get into media. And I'm like, hustle. Making it when someone opens the door, when there's a crack, like kick it in and make the most of that opportunity. Well, nobody in our building has ever done this. Damari took the initiative to go down to New Orleans for Saints media availability. So he carried Sean Payton on our station's Facebook Live, Sean Payton's media availability, then went in for the locker room availability with the players. And he told me before, he goes, I'm going down there, stand by in studio, I'll just hand people the phone and you can interview them. I'm like, okay. So I ended up interviewing Terron Armstead, DeMario Davis, and Marcus Williams yesterday on the show. All because that kid went down there and hustled. I tell kids, man, I tell you all the time, y'all got young people. If you're a young person, you want in that it's a hard industry to break into because it's so competitive. But when you get your foot in the door, man, kick it in. So anyway, and then Brett Favre called in. Terrio was talking to Brett's agent is Bus Cook. Terrio and Bus are friends. And Bus Cook just called. He's like, hey, Brett's going to call into your show. It's like, all right. So Brett Favre called in yesterday. And then we had Chop on in the 5 o'clock hour. So it ended up being really cool. Anyway, so good show if y'all missed it. So all of that to say, Terron Armstead is playing in the game tomorrow, which that's great news for the Saints. He was not limited yesterday in practice, went through the whole practice, so that's awesome. I still say that he should not have played against Pittsburgh. He should have taken another month off and just gotten completely 100 bajillion%. Anyway, Alex Roboleski. When do players have to declare for the draft? Monday. So Monday's the deadline. I know a lot of y'all are going to ask about Devin White, I'm sure. Louis Alaman, good morning from Orlando. Good looking out there, Luis, excuse me, Luis, Luis. Tyler Hales, good morning. New profile pic, huh? Is that Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Brady Hotard, good morning. Yeah, Devin, asked about Devin. I don't know why he's waiting or for what he's waiting. And I'll tell you this much, too. Like, all these guys that are going to the draft have already started training. So maybe he's training here at LSU, but we'll see. Or maybe he really is just impossibly torn and can't decide what to do. Let's see. Angel Miller, good morning. Or Angel Miller, good morning. Let's see. Dale Broussard. Rashard's coming back to win a championship. Like another bowl championship? Rashard? Sorry, Dale, I had to. I think this is a great decision by Rashard. First of all, y'all know how I feel. Any player that makes their decision based on their criteria, whatever matters most to them, they can't make a wrong decision because they're making the decision that's best for them. But the other part of that is with Rashard specifically. He played great in the bowl game. If he stays healthy, comes back, has a big year, he has the potential, if he plays next year like he did in the bowl game, he has the potential to be a first-round draft pick and increases guaranteed money significantly. Mike D has said this many times on AFR so far this year. We haven't even really gotten into draft talk yet. He said in 37 years, this is the deepest defensive line draft he's ever graded. So if you're Rashard Lawrence, even if you're a really good player, like, you're probably going to project to be a middle-round pick this year because of all the depth in this draft. Raekwon Davis at Alabama decided to come back because he might have gotten pushed out of round one. So, and Rashard likes school and all that sort of stuff. So all of that makes sense. I think it's a good decision by Rashard to come back. Tom Guidros, good morning. Craig Schilling, what's up? Jared Melanson, David Wall, good morning. Robert Stack, good morning. Kyle Gallo, good morning. Sitting in Charlotte waiting on my connection to Richmond. All right, Kyle. Safe travels today. James Tyrone, good morning from rainy Nashville. It's rainy here in Baton Rouge, man. So drizzling this morning. Brandon Webb, good morning. If y'all have not hit the share button, please do so. Janet, did you see Choppa's birthday video for Breeze? I did not. Now I got to go see it. His birthday's on the 15th, right? Drew's birthday's on the 15th, so 3 more days. That's Tuesday. Let's see. Craig, I'll be in Orlando next week at Braves Fantasy Camp. Richie Thomasy, good morning. Enjoy your Saturday. Go Tigers. Indeed. Got to talk a little bit about that too, man. LSU and Arkansas. 5 o'clock today. Big opportunity for LSU, y'all. Arkansas, they've already lost 3 home games this year, man. They lost to Western Kentucky. They lost to Florida, and they lost to Georgia Tech. Not a good Georgia Tech team either. In the game they lost to Florida, they lost 57-51. They only scored 51 points at Bud Walton. Daniel Gafford is the guy to look out for. He's an NBA player, 6'11", long. LSU held him in check last year pretty well. Hey there, little fellow. Let's not block people. Hi. Hey, I have a question for you. Okay, after Dad's show, Dad is gonna go to Yoga Lattes. And then he will take Drew to
Fresh Market.
Yep, Fresh Market. He's fired up. Okay. So Daniel Gafford, 6'11", NBA player. I think in 2 games last year against LSU, he scored 10 and 8. That's going to be Cavell's assignment. If Cavell can lock down Gafford, that means Naz Reid's going to have a giant mismatch on him. their 4 is 6'6", 220, and Nas is 6'10", 250. This could be a big game for Nas Reed if he comes ready to go, and if Cavell can handle Gafford. Let's see. Trivia. Disappointing last night. Gymnastics loss. Yeah, oddly enough, so my little niece Sophia, we were celebrating her birthday, and my little nieces Sophia and Reese both, they're big into gymnastics. So they love the LSU gymnastics. Drew saying gymnastics now. We did watch the meet last night. Yeah, wasn't their night. I'm not gonna break down gymnastics. I have no idea. Okay. Just make sure he's not blocking anybody. But yeah, just what a great night. I don't know anything about gymnastics. I can't break it down, but when you're falling off the beam and stepping out of bounds on the bless you on the floor and all that stuff. Here you go. Mark Wayne Demelin, good morning. Jeffrey Bone, good morning. Wanda Zachary, good morning. Matthew Rogelio, good morning. Tyler Hales, good to see Rashard back. I agree with that too. Ryan Amos, Leroy Blanchard, The Wild Man, Tyler D, Ben Giat, Todd Landry. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Dawn, good morning. Chris Bourgeois, Colby Rosenthal, Craig Savoy. Favre was awesome, man. And some people are crushing me for hanging up on Favre, but so we're going into break. We're in the third segment. We have 4 segments per hour. We're in the third segment of hour number 2. Terrio's first hour, and Bus Cook calls Terrio on his cell number. So this is what happened. You go back and watch it on our app. If you go back on the Watch app, Bus Cook calls Terrio on his cell, and I go, "You can answer that." Online, I go, "You can answer that." He's like, "No, I'm not going to answer on air." Well, they get in a break, and Bus is like, "Hey, Brett's calling it," and he's like, "Well, that's my cell. Call the hotline." So we go on a break, and so this is the segment that's normally going to be Ask Ryan. And we're waiting on Brett Favre to call. So we start Ask Ryan. Well, Brett calls, and it's 2:50. Or I'm sorry, it's 4:50 Central Time. Well, our hard timed out is 4:55:50. Like 55 minutes past the hour and 50 seconds. Because we have a 10-second ID and then a 4-second break, which goes into Sports Center. And all that is hard timed. And so New Orleans and Alexandria and CST, like all of that is a network break. It's like there's an automation that fires where whether you're ready for it or not, that that AFR thing, whatever, like that fires off whether you're ready for it or not. So anyway, so like we literally had 5 minutes with Brett. So you try to maximize the time, but he was cool. We'll get it back for sure. He was open to it. I mean, I'm sure mostly with a guy like that, he just wants to make sure he's not going to be bothered. You're not going to keep him forever. You're not asking, inappropriate questions, stuff like that. So we had a good time with it. He'll probably come back. Joshua Alaman, good morning. Ben Sherville, good morning. Yeah, Brett Favre was laid back down to earth. He is that kind of guy for sure. Hey, Jimmy Vadrine, what's up, man? Travis Jenkins, good morning. Ryan Amos, Friday. Favre and Chapa, another awesome Friday show. And you missed hour number 1 then, man, because we had Terron Armstead and DeMario Davis. And I also got to interview Marcus Williams, although we didn't air it, but we'll put it on demand so people can listen to it if they want. He was okay. A little disengaged. Let's see. Jeffrey Lala, good morning. Brian McCrary, good morning. Can we talk LSU baseball? What are your thoughts for this year? Brian, talked about it a little bit already, man. We haven't really gone deep dive. And actually, a couple of Fridays from now is LSU Baseball Media Day, so I'll miss it because we'll be in Houston. But my feeling on this team, Brian, is they should be in Omaha. I won't predict the team to win a baseball national title just because it's there's so much randomness. Once you get to that 8-team tournament in Omaha, is your guy on that day? Is that, but LSU's the best team in college baseball. I mean, they got the most talent. They got the deepest pitching staff. They got the most experience. Duplantis, Watson, Hess, all back. Hess is your Friday night guy. Landon Marceau is a freshman from Destrehan who they absolutely love, and everyone seems to believe he's going to end up being the Saturday guy behind Hess. You get Eric Walker back, so he'll probably be your Sunday guy. I mean, to consider Mikhail Hilliard was your most consistent pitcher last year, he's not even going to be in the rotation. I mean, that goes to show you what kind of depth they have. Devin Fontenot's back. Caleb Gilbert had surgery. He's back throwing at at his peak level. Matthew Beck is back, who's just a strike thrower. The one thing this team doesn't have is left-handed pitching. Todd Peterson's back. How can I forget Todd? The one thing they don't have is left-handed pitching. So if they get in a bind and they need some situational lefties, they just don't have that. But that's really all they lack. They got everything else, man. They got speed in the outfield. They got Josh Smith comes back off of injury. Remember, he'll be in the infield. Brant Broussard and Hal Hughes was your middle infield last year. They're probably both going to get beaten out this year. Just to put into perspective how much talent this team has. So, let's see, man. Should be a lot of fun this year. Let's see. Brandon Lejeune, let's get the W in Arkansas. Good morning. And deep, man, it's a big spot for LSU hoops today because, man, they when you have a guy like Gafford who's an NBA player, there's always the chance he could take over a game and just dominate. You throw a team on his back and win it. But the thing that I look at this game is more important now, especially because this week you go to Ole Miss, and nobody thought Ole Miss was going to be anything this year. But Kermit Davis has them clicking early. We talked about it a bunch. I thought their numbers, their record, was just sort of inflated because they're playing a weak non-conference schedule. And Kermit did that intentionally. He did that to rack up wins early in the season, probably not thinking he's going to be a tournament team. So Johnny Jones did this that year whenever they won 2 conference games. He just loaded up the pre-conference with a bunch of winnable games so that way they could win some games. But lo and behold, man, Ole Miss comes out to shoot. They're 2-0 in conference. They get the most impressive win in conference so far, beating Auburn this week. So now LSU's got to go to Ole Miss, and that looks like a much tougher game than they would have thought. Let's see how Ole Miss does today against Mississippi State. I'll be curious. Craig, they're going to have a national press conference to announce he's staying with all the bells and whistles, all for recruiting young bloods. I guess you're talking about Devin White, and no. Russell Appold, good morning. Ross Cullen, sup, Maddie? What about Fulton returning? Have you heard anything? Fulton hasn't made any type of formal announcement, but his dad was on off the bench about a month ago or so with Jordy and T-Bob and said, he expects him, he's staying. He basically just said this wasn't really even a conversation. So, so I expect Christian Fulton to come back off of injury and be really good next year. Be that number one cornerback. Brady Smith, good morning, Matt and Drew. Big sports weekend starts today, for sure, man. We're watching LSU-Arkansas this afternoon. Certainly the NFL playoffs. Got the Saints tomorrow. I'm jacked up about it. Ben Clark, good morning. We got company. What's up, duder? What you getting into? Okay, we'll go there after yoga. Dad's going to go to Yoga Lottie's after Dad's show, and then we'll go to Fresh Market. Okay? What you getting into, dude? Look at that look. Hey. Hey. Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. What are you doing? Dad show, yeah. This is Dad's phone, yeah.
No.
What?
Robert.
Do you want to see Robert? You've been wanting to see Robert a few times these last few weeks. Do you want to see Robert? You want Robert? Okay, I'll show you Robert. Little nerd Robert. Been a minute since we've seen Robert. Let's see. Let me take those questions here. But you got a little Mickey Mouse toy, huh? That's cool. Plays the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme. All right. Get y'all's question while I turn this on. Jack Davis, good morning, Matt. Great to see his defensive players coming back. But LSU keeps a good... Why won't it let me see these comments? I don't know what's going on. Whoops. Hang on. I've got to use the other remote button, sorry. Whoops. Here we go. We're going to see Robert, a big nerd, here in a second. Whoops. Jack, I can't see your full question here. I need my other screen. But I think you're asking about, you're saying it's good to see the defensive players come back, but LSU keeps good. It's probably about the offense. Oh, there's Robert. Okay, good. First thing up. All right. Get back in here so I can. He's chanting Robert. That's really weird. You know, I'm going to share this on the ESPN page today, too. Normally I don't, but I'm going to share it today on ESPN's page. Grow this up a little bit today. Big weekend. So I definitely got to share tomorrow's. Tomorrow we'll be talking Saints, Eagles. Let's go. Here it is. But LSU keeps a good defense every year, and that their season goes with the performance of the O-line. Well, I think the O-line will be good next year, for what it's worth. You'll certainly be experienced. You'll have everybody back. I know you lose Brumfield, but Hines played a bunch for you. So let's see if they can get better with experience. Ronnie Duga, Mark Allen, Alan Dar, good morning. Craig says, look, if I'm a first to second rounder, I'm not coming back for a championship when my team hasn't beaten LSU in nearly a decade. I guess you mean had beat Bama in nearly a decade. But you're right. They looked horrid against Florida. You're talking about Arkansas, they did. 51 points at home. Now, Mike White is a really good coach, good defensive coach, but even still, in that environment, right, at Bud Walton, 20,000 people in an arena that big, when they get going, man, usually you get some juice, and Arkansas wants to run. The thing LSU did last year, wow, the reason they were able to win at Arkansas, man, they made shots. I know that sounds simplistic, but Arkansas wants to run. And you can't run off a rebound if there's no miss. So if you make the shot and you get back on defense and you make them play in the half court, I mean, that's the ticket. So LSU just got to work their offense and get good shots and make shots. That's the key. I know it sounds slow, make shots, but it's not just making shots to score points. It's understanding that you prevent Arkansas from doing what they want to do, which is run. Everett email, good morning from snowy Des Moines, Iowa. Everett, what are you doing in Iowa? I like fight songs. Rick Lackney, good morning. Andrew Bayer, good morning. Jeffrey Ferguson, good morning. Chad Nethercutt, I guess the longer Devin delays his decision, the better. Are we saying there's a chance? Chad, I'm not saying that. You can say that if you want. I don't know what he's waiting. Lullaby show. Maybe he wanted the day all to himself. Maybe he's really torn. I don't know. But, I think I mentioned it. I've not mentioned this on radio, and I would not mention this on radio. I think I've mentioned it here, that last Friday, they were working on his statement. Like how everybody posts their farewell and have a video and all that, whatever. They're on their announcement. Like, I was told they're working on that last Friday. So, why they haven't announced it, I have no idea. But it's got to do it before Monday. So, or by Monday, I should say. Chad Nethercutt. I just read that one, sorry. Drew is slaying it with that backpack. That's his, I've explained that to y'all before. That's his feeding pump. So he's got a feeding tube. And so the pump, and it's a specialty backpack that has the holes in it so the pump can coil through there. So it's got in the that outside part, like the zipper part, that's where the pump is, and then the bag hangs in the big, the food bag with his formula in it, hangs in the big part of the bag, and then it goes through to his tube. So that's why he's got the backpack on. Drew, Craig Savoy, let's see, Craig Schilling, Matt, how can we still love LSU players who go to the dark side? DJ LeMahieu, I am so fired up about that. Oh my God, you know what that means too, though. It means the Yankees are out of the Machado sweepstakes. So I'm good with it, man. Consistent player. Can play 3 positions on the infield. Great glove. Big black. I was looking up DJ stats yesterday. Career 298 hitter. I didn't even realize he was a career 298 hitter. I mean, he's tied for 240th in the history of Major League Baseball for the highest career batting average. It's crazy. What? What? He's won 3 Gold Gloves, batting title. Hi. You want Daddy hold you? You want Daddy?
Baby.
Baby? Where do you see a baby? I don't see a baby. Want to do 5 finger? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finger, 5 finger, 5 finger. Is that what Papa does? What does Papa do? Papa does that.
Papa's truck.
Papa's truck. Papa's going to come see you this morning. Okay. We roll along. Camille Bubucket, good morning. Will Bunch, Brady Beacom, good morning. Michael Clark, well, that's Matt's team. I'll just be happy he's getting paid. DJ's definitely getting paid. 2 years, $24 million. And he'll fit in well, man. Didi Gregorius had Tommy John surgery, so he probably won't be back till the summer. So I don't know what you do, man. If Gleyber Torres kicks over and plays short, DJ plays second. If DJ plays short, I don't know what they're going to do, but he's going to play. That's awesome. I'm fired up for him, man. Tootie Revere, good morning. Craig says, Coach Wade needs to coach up Naz. He has glimmers of greatness, but most of the time is a non-factor. Greg, I think I just kind of just patently disagree with everybody on this. Like, I think it's expectations that people had, but it's also understanding what Naz was when he showed up. I mean, he was trying to play on the wing. He was stepping back and shooting threes and jumpers and like playing facing the basket. Now they're putting him on the block with his back to the basket. He's got to play a different brand of ball. Like they're working on it. It's just some days are going to be better than others. You know, the other day against Alabama, you know, Bama was a team that didn't have a ton of size, but they had a lot of length. And you got guys that were just like slashing to the basket. Fresh market. So when you have these like quick athletic guys moving between the trees, Naz picked up some careless fouls. Yeah. Today's going to be a different day. Today's going to be a day where he's got a 6'6" guy trying to guard him in the post, and he's just going to throw his button to him and get easy, theoretically get easy baskets around him. But this is going to be a Nas game today. Watch. This is going to be a game where you'll expect Nas to have a really good day. Andrew Bear, have you heard Ryan talking about heard you and Ryan talking about Kyler yesterday? Would it be possible for him to move to a spot receiver with his speed? I think he could do football and baseball, kind of like, again, switching to receiver. I don't think so, man. I think if you're a quarterback, you want to be a quarterback, and they're going to draft him as a quarterback. So the guys that move positions aren't going to make it at quarterback. Terrell Pryor is an example of that. Eric Crouch tried to make it as a receiver because nobody runs the option in the NFL, and he wasn't going to be a pocket passer. See, for those that wanted food pump, and it has the hole on the side so the pump that connects into his feeding tube, and then there's the food bag right there. It velcros in. Whoever came up with this contraption is really it's really practical. You know, whoever decided that. There's a lot of stuff like that for tubey babies, you know, kids with feeding tubes. You learn, like, you know, a lot of practical stuff. Like his pajamas, always have to cut a hole in the side of his pajama so we can put the extension that connects to the bag, you know, through his jammies, because they don't make them like with a hole in them for that. Anyway, Travis Butler, Thomas Chapman, good morning. Jerry Delucky, good morning. Corey Kai, I can't. I'm a Red Sox fan. Corey, you're not a Red Sox fan. You're a poser is what you are. And and all the love in the world. But nobody from Baton Rouge, nobody from South Louisiana is a Red Sox fan. You're a front runner. Nobody became. This annoys me so much. This happened while I was at LSU in 2004. Like, nobody gave a damn for 100 years about the Red Sox because they stunk. They choked every year. They were never any good. Then in 2004, they come back from down 3-0. They beat the Yankees. Now all over LSU's campus, I see all these blue hats with the red B and all these kids who have no tie to Boston at all. They're all Boston fans. Everybody grew up a Red Sox fan. Front runners, man. Let me guess. You love the Patriots too. Get out of here. Get out of here. Annoys me. I mean, unless if you're from Boston or your dad is from Boston, get out of here. Lori Prophet, good morning. Lowell Cormier, did you purchase any Copperfit shirts from Brett? I did not. Although I would love to talk to him if we get him back. Talk to him about all the things he's endorsed and just like, all right, what's good, what's not sort of thing. Jonathan Faru, good morning. Hey, Aunt Nancy, good morning. Belated happy birthday, Nan. Nick Torina, good morning. Jerry DeLucky, great show yesterday. Terry was top 10 on Sullivan, had me laughing. Dude, that was hilarious. He had to get Gordy's permission to do that. I didn't know, but he had to get Gordy's permission to do it. And it was, I don't know that he knew exactly how it was going to go down, but tread carefully sort of thing, but it was funny, yeah. Tara Shelton, good morning. Ted Peterson. Brett Plocher, Mike Vaquero, good morning. Right, trivia, I'll break down gymnastics for you. Only 2 LSU players showed up, Sarah and Kennedy. Also, floor and beam rotation was poor with a key injury to a senior right before floor. I saw that. Mary Lou Retton's daughter hurt her ankle. I saw that. Chris Merrill, good morning. John Cunningham, good morning. Luis Alemán, have an amazing day. Trivia said, okay, everybody, Devin White doesn't play offense. Offense is the more important side of the ball. Let the band go get his money. Defense will be fine. I agree with that. I think, so just if you look at linebacker, yes, losing Devin White hurts, but Jacob Phillips returns. Patrick Queen played great in the bowl game. You got a lot of experience this year for Micah Baskerville, Damone Clark. And I'll keep saying this, like, you might get Tyler Taylor back. I mean, he's got the legal situation in Georgia from that pawn shop deal, but, like, that hasn't been resolved yet, and he's still on the roster. So they haven't kicked him off the team or out of school. So you could get Tyler Taylor back as well. Yeah, they're good. They're okay at linebacker. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy to replace Devin White, but you know, but they'll be okay if he goes. Robert's on in the other room. Did y'all hear that? He just ripped one. Mark Allen, I used to think yoga was for women until my wife made me go, and I almost died after the first 10 minutes. I'm telling y'all, man, it is. And I don't know if you just did yoga or did yoga, like yoga lattes. Like I do yoga lattes here. I'm going at 9, so we'll do about 20 more minutes here. But it is, so I did, so you can probably see up there. See my plaques up there? I did 2 marathons. There's a plaques up there. The training. Anyway, the training just destroyed my feet and my knees and my back, and it's just like I feel so broken down when I try to work out now, and that's the only thing I can do that's super high intensity that doesn't hurt me. So I love it. I mean, the functional strength, the stretching, the cardio, I love it. I absolutely love it. I feel so good when I leave. So y'all come, man, 9 o'clock, Yoga Lattes 2 South, right there on Highlandia. Come join me, I'll be there. Blake, gotta keep your head on a swivel when Drew's around, could have blindside, block some folks. He will do that. Blake Bourgeois, good morning. Randy Quinn, Eusebio, what's up, man? Kirk Jones, dig that shirt, Matt. Who that? Yeah, it's a pullover. It's a quarter zip. I think this was a gift. From my in-laws, maybe last year for Christmas. I love it. It's so comfortable. It's got like a light fleece lining, so it's just like a pullover. Light pullover. Not thin like just like a t-shirt, but not thick like a sweatshirt. You're kind of an in between. It's really, really good. Derek Menes. I wonder if Robert loses this time. He will not, I promise. Chad, I'll be in Fayetteville this day. Today. Go Tigers, indeed, man. Everett email, you're working there in Iowa. God bless. Mikkel, good morning. Jennifer Bunnell, good morning. Or Bunnell? Bunnell or Bunnell? Let's go with Bunnell. Let's see. Craig Duga. You don't ride your horse through Tiger Stadium if you're staying for another year. Or maybe that was his condition to stay. Trampus Butler. Good morning from my bed with a bad head. Oh, you got a headache because of drinking some brown water last night, huh? Gets the best of us from time to time. Chase Shabo, good morning. Blake Bourgeois, thanks for all you do, Matt. Thank you, Blake, for watching. I appreciate you. Todd Dupuy, I'm sure Devin would be having a hard time making his decision. You can see truly loves LSU and his teammate. That's true. Raul, what's up, Rue? Jack, Lori Vaughn, Jeremy Aldridge, Alec Campbell. What's up, everybody? Frank, good morning. Julio Mendez, Lee McCaffrey, Scott Soche, Blaine Smith, Hines Ward, Randall Elwood, pretty good wide receivers in the NFL. Yeah, but that's because they couldn't play quarterback in the NFL. Like isn't that the difference though? It's like if you're a dual threat quarterback and your primary emphasis is your ability to run, that's not what works in the NFL. Like you gotta be able to throw the ball. Papa's truck. All right. Like the point with Murray is, man, he can sling it. He's just 5'9". You know, Murray's not a running quarterback. You know, that's the difference. Eric Crouch was an option quarterback in Nebraska. He couldn't throw the ball. Cordell Stewart's another one. They developed that slash role for him when he got to the NFL. Charlie Cavell, what's up? Blaine Smith. Chase Chabot there, Bo Sox, since Garcia Parra and Pedro, and that's when they were still bad. Was little. Not true, Chase. Come on, man. That's just not true. They traded Garcia Parra the year before they won the World Series. They weren't bad. They were in the NLC or the ALCS in 2003. We know how that went with Aaron Boone. Come on now. Todd Martin, good morning. Blaine Smith, yeah, my brother-in-law, so-called Red Sox fan. Ridiculous. Jack Davis, like Louisiana Bammers, so true. Chad Cornett, great show. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate you watching, man. Colin Thibodeau, Red Sox suck, White Sox, baby. The White Sox suck too, dude. Sorry. Not sorry. Mike Bertrand, huge Red Sox fan here. Grew up here, lived up there 17 years. Okay, if you lived there 17 years, cool. Cool. Like, I could get it. You know, you get sort of indoctrinated in it. You're there for cool. I get it. I respect that. It's the guy who's 25 who's never known the Red Sox sucking. Somebody just walked in my house. Somebody's walking by. Hello? Was that Papa? Was that Papa? Is he here? I think that's Erica's dad. Danny Braywick, Cubs fan. I don't like either. So you're a poser too, Danny? Cubs fan. Get out of here. Cubs. I'm a Cubs fan. Let me guess. You watched WGN your whole life and blah, 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 blah. I love the Cubs, right? Sure you did. Anyway, Would you rather get Sofsher or a really good offensive tackle in this class? Interesting question. This is going to sound stupid, but I'd rather the offensive tackle. Like, if you're going to give me a guy that's going to be a 4-year starter at left tackle and lock that, like Jonah Thomas, who'd be a first-round pick, or like Cam Robinson was, like, give me that guy for sure. Because I think you can get big defensive linemen, and you got some guys this year, especially with Lawrence back, and, you know, you have another year to recruit in that cycle. And truth be told, like, all I'm doing is regurgitating something. I'm not telling you that I know this because I don't scout or know anything about it, but there's some people that believe Sofsher is overrated, and I'm not trying to poo-poo the kid because he might go to Bama. I hope he comes to LSU and is great. And I don't know. Again, like, I don't know how to scout high school kid, but they say, like, what I've heard is he carries too much weight. His lower body isn't as strong as you'd like to see, and he basically just playing a lower level of football as a giant kid. Just throws around like I played offensive line. He's throwing around 200-pound offensive lineman.
Papa
Interesting thought. So my point is, he may not be like a ready-made impact guy on the defensive line. But... Hello. Let's see. Hey, Johnette, good morning. If you ever see me in public with a cap with a B, no, it's probably Bastard. I respect that. Ben Sagona, good morning. You're fun. You need some WD-40 on those door hinges. Yeah, we do. Todd, do you think Cardell Thomas will be a starter on the O-line? See, I've heard a lot about Cardell, similar with Ish Sofsher. It's like, probably needs a little bit of work, man. You know, when you carry 350 as a high schooler, you know, that's probably a little too heavy. So I think he's going to need some work. And no, I don't think he starts right away because I think Jason Hines and Damian Lewis are both back. That's your starting guards next year. So could he be a 2020 starter? Yeah, for sure. I think that's what you target. Get him with Tommy Moffitt for a full year, and then see if he's ready for 2020. Jason Hatcher, good morning. Boyce Yarbo, good morning. Tyler, I've never tried yoga, but I feel you on the breakdown from weight training. Yeah, I train for strongman contests. They're brutal. Yep, that happens, dude. It's like, I hurt so much. Dude, I got these like 15-pound dumbbells, like literally. These 15-pound dumbbells. If I do overhead press, like, I just get this like stabbing pain in my shoulder. I probably have so much just like torn, broken down crap. It's just not worth it, you know? So, Clayton Wolf, good morning. Thomas Morvant, Matt, the 104.5 app on Roku is a godsend. I'm in Arkansas from Louisiana, but it's like a late Christmas present. So good to hear that, Thomas. Hey, if you would, man, send me that like in an email, so I'll send it to our management team and everything. By the way, for those who've asked, it's the Watch 104.5 ESPN. If you have Roku, add the Watch 104.5 ESPN. You can have this on your phone. Oh, Robert ended. You want to watch him again? On your phone, by the way. You can download the Watch 104.5 app. So it's the video app, a standalone video app. So just search on your phone, Apple Store, Google Play, whatever. Watch 104.5 ESPN. That's the app. And you can see all of our video, all of our shows are archived. Video of the shows are archived. So it's all there if you want to go back and watch. But it's now on Roku as well. The Watch 104.5 app is on Roku. I was also told you can get it on Chromecast going through the web. We are not yet on Amazon Fire Stick, and they're trying to debate whether or not to do that because it's a pretty big financial investment to add it to another platform. So, but it's go download it if you haven't yet. But thank you for the note, Thomas. All right, let me do about 10 more minutes, y'all, because I need to go get ready for yoga. 9 o'clock, Yoga Lattes 2 South. Y'all come join me, man, over there on Highlandia. 9 o'clock, I'll be there. It'll be a packed class. Come on, hide out in the back. Chris Gordy, what's up, Gordo? Hey, Johnette, good morning. Boys, what do you think Jerry Sullivan's having for lunch right now? It's 8:20 in the morning. Robert Barlow, good morning. Ben Gee, I bought my first bottle of Elijah Craig. Gonna crack it open for the game tomorrow. Enjoy, man. Don't you mix that with any Coke now, all right? If you need to pour it over ice, pour it over ice. But the first thing I'd recommend you do, at least pour one little dram neat so you can sip it, kind of get the flavor profile. If you need to add ice, then you can do it. But at least take a sip of it first. Let's see. Yep, Tebow should have changed positions. Very true, Chase. Blaine Smith, good point about Ward and Randall L. Patrick Major Morrell, good morning, Patrick. Ryan Amos. Kyler deserves a shot at quarterback, but I think he'd be the equivalent of Tyreek Hill if he converted to wideout. Maybe, I don't know if he's ever played wideout. That's the difference. Boy, he can sling it too, man. Like, they were playing, what game was I watching? Oh, I can't remember the game. It might have been Kansas at the end of the season. And he flicked his wrist and threw a ball about 65 yards in the air. Just a dime. I was like, oh my God. He's just, Kyler Murray is an insane arm talent. You know, he can sling the ball. I mean, there's just no doubt. All those other guys couldn't. Let's see. Alex Cook, Robert Lassane, good morning. Still was formed before the curse broke 90s from the start of my liking pro baseball. Chase, it's all right, Chase. Like, you're a fake Red Sox fan. That's fine. I mean, you know, you love Big Papi and you know you sing Sweet Caroline and all that stuff. It's all right. It's cool. Just know that you're a poser front runner baseball fan. That's cool. That's all good. And when the Red Sox, you just regress into irrelevance, you're gonna stop wearing your Boston hat. You won't care anymore. It's cool. I get it. So a kid works with us right now, man. Saying he wears a Boston hat to work here. I'm like, you're 18 years old. Like, you're wearing a Boston hat? I mean, you never seen it. You never seen him lose. You're from Baton Rouge. What are you doing? Anyway. Robert Scott, very good question. So how did you become a Yankees fan? That's a great question. If you didn't grow up somewhere where there's a team, there's one exception. Baseball to becoming a fan. Baseball, unlike any other sport, is a sport shared between fathers and sons. I think everyone can understand that. Most every young boy grows up rooting for the team his dad rooted for. My dad grew up in New Orleans in the 50s, and there was no team here, and every game that was on radio was Yankees. So you either grew up loving the Yankees or hating the Yankees. So he grew up loving the Yankees. He wore number 8 and played catcher and was a fan of Yogi Berra and loved Mickey Mantle, and so I grew up a Yankee fan. So I have pictures of me in Yankee footy pajamas with Yankee bed sheets and Yankee ball caps and Yankee pennants on the wall when I was a little bitty kid. So I didn't have any choice. And the truth is, it sucked being a Yankees fan as a kid because they sucked. They didn't win anything. Like, in the 80s, in the early 90s, they never made the playoffs until 95 when they made the wild card against Seattle when Griffey Jr. slid in. That was Mattingly's first and only ever playoff game or series. Never had seen my team in the playoffs. And then the next year they win the World Series and then won again in 98, 99, 2000. They won that great run. So, and then they went through the wilderness of trying to figure out how to win again. You had Steinbrenner just trying to buy championships and getting away from the things he did. As a franchise that they did, building the team through the farm system and smart free agents. Anyway, Danny Braywick, Ryan Sandberg, Mark Grace, Andre Dawson. Not like we had a local team. I know Danny. I did, like, as a kid, I loved Ryan Sandberg. I played second base and I wore the flip shades, wore 23, loved Ryan Sandberg. Like, I loved Ryan Sandberg as a kid. I was so fired up when he got in the Hall of Fame. Charlie Cavell, tell me what sucks more, seeing Louisiana cars with that awful A or roll tide on them, or these so-called Cub fans who claim they were, since Ernie Banks was a Cub. Y'all are too much this morning, man. I gotta get going. I gotta go to Yoga Lattes. Morning. So how bad was Terrio annoying you when he was pronouncing Sullivan's retirement city? It was just a bit, man. But he's going to Ponte Vedra, and Terrio kept saying Ponte Verde. I'm like, no, it's Ponte Vedra. It's like it's where they have the TPC, the 17th Island Green. It's Ponte Vedra. Like, it's not Ponte Verde. He kept doing it. But then he just kept on. All right. Oh, man. I'm shocked. Who was that, Ben? That's it, Matt. They're on my TV. I love them. Blah, blah, blah. From Louisiana. They were always on WGN. I've never heard that. Oh, the Cubs on WGN. Blah, 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 blah. Randy said, I don't think he's... Is Papa here? Is Papa here? Shelby, I missed the Chop interview. I'm positive Terrio fangirl. Go back and listen. He didn't, actually. Go back and listen to it, though. It was fun. It's on demand, 1045ESPN.com. Calvin Price, Ryan Morris, what's up, y'all? Travis Knockan, Braves on TBS. That's what Hester says all the time. Watching Braves. I did those. Hey, it's almost done. Those Braves teams were fun to watch, man. Especially the pitchers. Maddox and Glavine and Smoltz and all those guys. They were fun. Would love for you to add a text line to AFR. We have one. It's 953-7714. I think it still works. I never mentioned it, but I should. Finger. Papa's truck. Let's see. When I told my wife I could stream 1045 through Roku, now she rolled her eyes and said, great. Sounds like my wife. That's funny. I'm a Braves fan because of TBS. Chipper, yeah, I get it. Let's see. Robbie Compton, Roku is great in West Monroe. The only problem with that, Robbie, is that you're in West Monroe, and I hate West Monroe. And I hate Tommy Banks. Forever. You pressing Ryan on Tebow was classic. Yoga section on P90X was brutal. I remember that too, yeah. I did P90X for a little while. It's been a while. Is the app on Apple TV? It is not on Apple TV. I don't pull something doing yoga. I never do. 95 Squad 101 series is fun to watch. John J. McKithen, Shelly Melanson, what's up, y'all? Steve Menard, good morning. Lance, we're almost done. You singing Happy Birthday? You don't know pain until you've been a Rangers fan. Try being a Saints fan, bro. All right, we're just about done. Okay. All right, we're done. We're done. Scott Wilson, Troy Fuselier. Drew saying bye, everybody. Y'all have an awesome Sunday. Got to go to Yoga Lattes. Got to go get this guy changed. Who dat? Go Tigers today with basketball. And we will see y'all tomorrow for morning. What? Morning. Bye. Oh, he blew you a kiss. Aw. Bye. Mwah.